I'm academics. Can't ride away.
Kanye, Drake, Grammys. So he made a little speech and mentioned Drake. Let me see what he said. Okay.
So Kendrick killed Drake. He's dead.
Yeah, for now. You know, you can't ever count out Steph Curry. So that man might hit 200 points in one, song or something. You know what it was? Like Kendrick, bro, like look at the Tyler, the Creator, freestyle that he did. Like I'm that guy, right? We have to, Drake added something to the algorithm, to our frequency. He advanced it. Future advances, and our Kendrick is now advancing frequency. Right? So you have to.
I wish I had the full conversation. I know someone recorded. Hold on, let me try to find the whole thing. Pause. Hey, by the way, so we're gonna kind of analyze what he said, and because I posted on Instagram, a lot of people said what he said was rooted in a lot of hate for Drake, right? And I'm not too sure. Like, I think a lot of these guys, especially Kanye, who him and Drake is going back for publicly for a long time, they have something in there against Drake, but I don't think what Kanye's saying is that personal. I think he was just. That's his analyzation of culture. I remember when Drake arrived, and I remember him on the Breakfast Club, and when I mean arrived, like Drake is running the place, and he literally said on the Breakfast Club, right now it's about Drake. He's cracked the system, and he's figured out how to make this shit work. And I think what Kanye's basically saying is that he feels there's a new system, which we're gonna try to do a decent job of analyzing. All right, give me 1 second. So Kanye rant. I don't know. Maybe that works. Kanye rant. There's so many of them, right? Let's look. I'm gonna use my filters today. Is any over like 10 minutes or so? Somebody had to record the whole thing. No? So I wanted to get the whole conversation in context. Now, granted, if I was at that party, I'd be so fucking mad. Like, you can't even have side conversations. Kanye's me mugging you, telling you to shut the fuck up. You can't ask the bartender for another drink. The bartender's over here listening to Kanye ramble. The place is hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, going to a Kanye event is basically just going to praise Kanye, right? All right, anyway, let me run it back one more time. Oh, maybe this is it? No, that's not it. All right, anyway, so here, let's listen again.
You can't ever count out Steph Curry. So that man might hit 200 points in one, song or something. You know what it was? Like Kendrick, bro, like look at the Tyler, the Creator, freestyle that he did. Like I'm that guy, right? We have to, Drake added something to the algorithm, to our frequency. He advanced it. Future advances, and our Kendrick is now advancing frequency. Right?
Now, I don't know if you guys can hear what he's saying, but I agree with it. Like, I actually agree with what he's saying. Not necessarily with Kendrick killed Drake, but I do think that Kendrick and his success and the amount of people that, let's get out the industry people who have a reason to not like Drake for whatever reason. I think fans, and I'm being very honest here. I do think fans are saying they want something different. Fans are like this. Again, I hate to keep saying this. This is an election. And even if you don't like Kendrick or even if you don't like Drake, you got to listen to what both sides are saying. It's just like if we go to politics, Donald Trump won. People were literally saying, we don't want that Biden shit. We don't want to be here where the motherfucking illegal immigrants is going crazy. Now, obviously, maybe Trump takes it too far. But anyway, the point is this. When an election happens, you have to listen to the people, right? And I do believe that there is a sort of election type vibe with this Kendrick and Drake thing. Now, I personally don't believe that Drake is, like, his career is killed at all. I think Drake will be absolutely fine. We'll talk about him releasing a project actually in 2 weeks very shortly. But I do believe that, and I think that's where Kanye was right, the algorithm. Drake did change music where it was about this like constant conveyor belt of hits that may be a little bit superficial on face value, and yes, he works with this person, this person, this person, but it made you feel good, right? Like, this is just a hit song. What Kendrick, I think what Ye is saying, and I kind of agree with that, if the polls are right, and if the people who are voting, it seems, are right, they want what they believe is culture. Which means I don't want two people just because they numbers-wise match to hop in a studio and make an album. I want some shit that I could relate to, how you grew up, where you're from, where your morals, ethics, and codes are. I always say this, and you're going to see the parallels that I'm always going to bring with politics and hip-hop, because I just think it's kind of the same thing in a little bit. Like, the United States specifically is like a pendulum. It goes back and forth, right? And at times, I could predict who's going to win an election based on what's happened or what's been the vibe in the last few years. If you censor free speech, if you promote all of these things that maybe not everybody's with, yeah, of course you could be an elephant. Of course, turn your 3-year-old from a guy to a girl. At some point, it pushes back the other way, saying, this is too much. Enough is fucking enough. Right? And it goes in the other direction, right? All right, nigga, okay, cool. You deporting the illegal immigrants who doing the crime. Wait, now you're deporting the illegal immigrants who've been here for like 2 generations who just never got it. It swings back. So, like, the thought of, like, how people think, not the thought, I just said some dumb shit. What people want is usually really in the middle, but no one stays in the middle, right? Like, for example, Trump, I was on Donald Trump's Jr.'s page earlier today on Instagram, huge gun guy. I'm pretty sure they're going to make some executive orders or whatever to lower or make it easier for people to have guns. It's going to be cool. Everybody's going to be, yeah, that's what we need. Biden was not trying to let that happen. Then there are going to be a couple mass shootings, and we're going to be like, whoa, bring that shit back. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, usually the human mind, even outside of music, we're always constantly trying to find that place of balance, right? And I do think that hip-hop, for a while, lost that, not necessarily lost, but that cultural essence that I think some people are hoping that Kendrick is representing. And I think he's very smart. Kendrick's really smart. I've always told you that. Because even in the song that he dropped afterwards, the one with the tied up laces or whatever the case is, was this one? You hear Kendrick even saying it. I'm gonna watch the party die. He's almost kind of signaling that this one, where he's like, you're gonna see that corporate, we're just doing bullshit fluff music with maybe not enough substance that's true to the culture. That's gonna go away. I'm gonna be representing cultural, true to some real grassroots shit. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what that is. I don't know if I'm making sense to somebody. I hope I am. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that I do believe the rap beef, other than the beef, right? I do think that after the beef, and you see all these people still going with that energy, is because of the election factor. They're trying to pick, what do you want, right? Now, I know a lot of people who say, yeah, that's all good, but wait till summertime. Ain't nobody voting for no culture in summertime. They want ass shaking. They want bitches. They want niggas throwing ones and bitches, twerking. Let's see. But right now, I do think that there is happening a movement or a wave, it seems, that seems cultural. And, you got to admit that, right? Anyway, let me get back to what Kanye was saying. Did that make sense? Did that make sense, chat? You got to look at y'all to make sure I'm making some sense out here. That make sense? So I said, but he made a whole album for West Coast Party. Well, okay. I'm trying to figure out a better way to explain it. Kendrick just representing that, yo. Even I know he made a West Coast album, but he's bringing it back to like the grassroots. Like I've always said, in history and time, usually extremeness goes that way, right? Like if you still think like you're in the 50s, right? I feel like Kendrick fans are conservatives, right? They're conservatives because they remember an era in music that wasn't about all these things that Kendrick even called Drake out for. You're over here doing dumb shit on social media. Well, that's called getting engagement. You're linking with streamers. Well, that's kind of how this works now. You're hanging out with female rappers. I see 2 bitches. Well, that's kind of what's the norm now. Drake has embraced how hip hop is gone, right? If it means dumbing down his flow, swag rapping with Yachty, kicking it with Sexy Red, doing all of these things, which again is progressive, right? So I would say, I feel like Drake fans are Democrats, and then we got Kendrick fans, they're conservatives. They want to bring this shit back to the park. Bring the boombox. We're just gonna do like some b-boy shit and just keep rapping. Okay? And then we're just not going to do these other things. We'll be like, all right, cool. And maybe not that extreme, but it may be, again, maybe I'm politicizing this too much. Maybe this is the response of people saying the last couple of years, this shit is just going too much left. Let's bring it back a little bit center. Right? So that's the point I was saying Kanye was saying. But let him say it in full.
Yeah, for now, you can't ever count out Steph Curry. So that man might hit 200 points in one, song or something. You know what it was? Like Kendrick, bro. Like look at the Tyler, the Creator, freestyle that he did. Like I'm that guy, right?
I'm sorry, I'm pausing again. So he basically said you can't count out Drake, but he did say he felt that Kendrick killed Drake. I personally believe this battle is really bigger than. Like, I felt like that moment yesterday was bigger than Kendrick, right? Like, I mean, I think some Kendrick fans would say the pop out was just bigger than just a rap beef, right? Because you've seen a really unique way where culture came together, even if it was on the backdrop of we don't fuck with this guy. I think yesterday we saw hip hop kind of get this like accolade of, when it's a reason why, with all due respect to all my white kids who be on TikTok, y'all don't create shit. There's always some nigga in the hood that make up a dance and then y'all popularize it, right? That's how I kind of looked at it. I looked at it like that. So, now, in terms of Drake, so I was saying the moment is bigger than Kendrick and Drake, right? So the people are voting that they want more culture. They want more culture, less of the other superficial, let's do some debauchery type of collab. They want more culture. In terms of Drake and his career being over, I don't think that's even remotely close. Like I think people are still very much interested in Drake and Kendrick. I think, to be honest, right now is the closest they've ever been, right? In terms of how marketable they are or how much they would sell if we're just thinking about numbers at that point. But do I think Drake is like finished? Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I think people care about anything he does. But is what he's doing, is that the most popular thing in the land right now? Probably not. It's like when styles change. Yeah, right now it's moved from that's why I like what he said with algorithm. It might have took the shift from the Drake algo to the Kendrick algo. Still yet to be proven, though, because I feel like Kendrick don't drop enough that we could really know that. And also, there is no other Kendrick. Like, that's my only issue. And I was speaking with those guys that they're on that West Coast show, Community, and I was just like, I hear y'all. Kendrick is making this amazing, run. but I don't know if it's transferring. Like, even when Kendrick says, let's watch a party die, I'm like, we don't even see there's no incumbent. There's not even people be like, oh, shit, since Kendrick is doing this, here's another artist that's doing this that's kind of like Kendrick. It's kind of like he's just like a one-man island type of thing. And that's where I think this might not go nowhere. Because if you have a movement where there's nobody else like you with motion, right? You got to remember when Drake came in the game, there was a bunch of singing light-skinned niggas start popping up. Kirk O'Bangs. There was all these guys who could sing and rap a little bit, right? All these things popped up. Y'all remember? So there was a wave of people saying, oh, this is the new meta. Let's all do it. The thing with Kendrick, I don't see not one of these motherfuckers like Kendrick. He's like on an island. And this is why I like pause when people say the West Coast shit, because I'm like, nobody on the West Coast is doing what Kendrick is saying should be done. They're not keeping it cultural. Half of these niggas just talking about gangbanging and shit like that. You know what I mean? Y'all tell me, who reminds y'all of Kendrick? Like, name a bunch of artists you're like, oh no, they're fitting in that Kendrick lane and they're having some motion. Because that's what I would think this election would mean. Anyway. Let me let my boy play. I'll shut up. By the way, thank you guys. Yo, we in here rocking. Holy shit. We in here rocking. I know this is week 2 of cancellation of Big Act. Oh, very proud to tell y'all we have 17,000 people in here. We have 6,000 on the Academy. We have 7,200 on King Akademiks, and we have 3,500 on Rumble. Been a tough week, Chad. I'm so gracious that y'all are still here for me, and I appreciate y'all. Okay. Anyway, and by the way, we're getting to 6 hours today. I'm not getting on till 6 hours. I don't care what happens. If I got to set up an IV, we're doing 6 hours today. I haven't done 6 hours in about 4 streams, and I'm mad. Okay, let's go.
So Kendrick killed Drake. He's dead.
Yeah, for now. You know, you can't ever count out Steph Curry. So that man might hit 200 points in one, song or something. You know what it was? Like Kendrick, bro. Like, look at the Tyler, the Creator, freestyle that he did. Like, I'm that guy, right? We have to, Drake added something to the algorithm, to our frequency. He advanced it. Future advances, and our Kendrick is now advancing frequency. So you have to, it's like when Twisted came out, there was rappers that didn't learn, right? But then Jay-Z learned, is that your bitch, you can do it. If you don't really learn as just a professional rapper, as a sport, what Kendrick is doing, you might be wiped. Yeah. You might be.
Oh, this is look like. Oh, I just realized this is a video playing. Look like it's a video from the Download, which is the podcast of Justin LaBoy. So, he didn't say this ranting. This was a video playing probably before he came out, or probably before the event started. This is an after party too.
Wiped out.
What do we expect Bully to drop?
My oldest said to bring it out in June. So
your birthday or her birthday?
Oh. Didn't Jesus come out on your birthday? Yeah, so we're gonna do it on your birthday. That's when we're gonna bring Bully out, because that's her favorite album.
Yeah! Maybe the 10 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, Bully's on the way, Norm's birthday.
Yeah. For me, it's like, or at least took him down for a little bit. Superhero films, like maybe it's like one of the characters, Wolverine or something, just goes away for a couple films and stuff. I'm like, damn, man, it's like, it was really challenging for me to make Father Stretch My Hands and different things and make at work, like top 5 song ever created in life, I'm like, so doing the drum, bringing Metro on.
So Kendrick killed Drake, he's dead.
Yeah, for now.
Okay, look like that's a loop. All right, so that's pretty much all the Kanye stuff. If I won't even, I was gonna show you some of his tweets. I could show you some of his tweets, but I can't go to his Twitter page because he's been tweeting nonstop, naked pictures of his wife, and we're not trying to get TOS here. But he did start sending out a few tweets. These are a few tweets he sent out. He says, "The world is so lucky to have me. Said, thank you, Grammys, for nominating Carnival, which, by the way, was nominated. I don't think it won. He also said, calling X Twitter is like calling Ye Kanye. I don't want to hear nobody call Twitter. I mean, X. Don't call X Twitter. Yo, Kanye is funny as shit. Said, Trump's back in office. Ye's back a billionaire. The world might just be okay. Wow. I do think there is like a synergy between Trump being back in office and a lot of these maybe folks that either were canceled or were not having a platform before. They're back popping their shit. You know what I mean? I think if Andrew Tate start back popping some other shit now and he goes back to the top, you know we pretty much went back in time 4 years ago, right? Okay. And let me see what else he said. Then we'll get to all the Kendrick stuff. He says, damn, I'm just warming up. I'm rich. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I do this for the broke me. Shout out to the broke me. This one's for you. Okay? He also sent out a few more other tweets. I don't know if I put it up here.